Drivers, start your engines!
Welcome to race number 14 here in the MRNCS, the Pocono 200. Starting on the pole once again is Dale Earnhardt Jr. with a surprisingly fast 181.918 mile per hour lap time. Notice the two Joe Gibbs cars of Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin starting second and fourth, doing really well. Trevor Bayne continues to do extremely well in qualifying. He will be starting in seventh. RCR still looking to try to stay above the 628 point boundary. Paul Menard and Ryan Newman will be starting 14th and 16th. Ryan Truex, who is actually trying to become ranked number 2 rookie here, as Kyle Larson has been in quite a slump as of recently. He won Las Vegas. He hasn't been doing well since then. Ryan Truex will start 26th. Kyle Larson will start 29th. Then we have one of the hottest drivers in the MRNCS right now, Brian Scott. It looks like he might have been forced to come to a halt. He is starting 34th. And I think those are really the only big points here in qualifying. We'll see the field fly by through turn number 2, the tunnel turn here at Pocono. One of the most treacherous turns in all of NASCAR, probably the most difficult turn in all of NASCAR, if you discount the final hairpin at Sonoma. We saw how fun that corner was. Even the S's, drivers had a fun time navigating through the S's last week at Sonoma. Sears Point, rather. Sonoma, Sears Point, Infineon, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. Anyways, the pace cars coming off of the flat turn, turn 3. They're coming down to the line. Waiting. Green flag is now out, and we're underway here from Pocono. They'll come down, we'll get the flyby here. And look at them already spreading out 3 abreast there in the middle of the pack. And Kyle Larson, he did not need that. He is in smoke. They enter in turn number 1. And it looks like Johnson and Jr. are going to get the advantage over Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. Notice Trevor Bayne is stuck in the middle there. Gordon now going all the way down to the low lane, cutting across all the lanes of traffic. They head down into the tunnel turn, still clean for now. Oh, Stenhouse way up the track there. As Hamlin looked like he hit the wall a little bit. Now we have Jimmie Johnson and Martin Truex Jr. first and second. Then we have Dale Earnhardt Jr. there in 4th and Jeff Gordon in 3rd. The 78, of course, with the Childress backing behind it, and really has had the most luck out of all the Childress affiliated cars. He has not been biting the dust as much as Newman or Menard or Scott or Dillon. Meanwhile, Truex, here he comes. He's just going to pull right down to the inside of Johnson and say, you know what? I'm just going to take the lead here. I'm not even going to wait. So Martin Truex Jr., and he's one of the people that could potentially be gunning for points. So, I mean, Kenseth and Gordon are really running away from the entire pack at this current moment. Gordon finishing second right now. I believe Matt Kenseth's trapped back in 20th or even further back. Meanwhile, here comes Johnson underneath Jeff Gordon. Will that be a good enough run? I don't think so. That's a long straightaway to keep that run going. But it looks like Johnson's got the advantage. Does he or does he not? And now we're going through the tunnel turn, and yes, sir. Whoa! Hamlin getting right into the back of the 24 there. Or into the side, rather. Ooh, that got really dicey there. And now here comes Kurt Busch to try to get something done here with Denny Hamlin. Meanwhile, Johnson and Truex have broken away. So it might just be down between these two guys. And remember how we said that Childress is not running well. How about Austin Dillon inside the top 10 right now? And here comes Johnson underneath Truex. Johnson, it looks like he's just going to get right around him. Truex trying to come back on the outside. It's not going to happen. Jimmie Johnson is your leader. And Jimmie Johnson is looking to win his third race of this season. And they're going to try to go 4 wide. Junior's in the wall. Gordon's in the wall. Austin Dillon spinning off the track. Gordon gets pummeled. Oh, Edwards getting absolutely smashed. Allmendinger gets pummeled. Oh, boy, look at this cluster. They come back to the line. Who is it? It is Johnson. That, I think, involved half of the field. Let's see what happened. Okay, so... Alright, let's see how he hits off this. Look at this Armco barrier. Right off the Armco. Looks like Keselowski didn't hit off of it. Newman got around it. Harvick with some damage. But look at this little stopping pile up here, as it seems like just these guys had nowhere to go. Everyone just piled up so quickly, and oh, that's exactly what happens. Trevor Bayne, oh boy, Allgaier's really beat up. Ryan Truex is really beat up. That had to involve at least half of the field. Look at Kahne's car. Kahne's car's mangled to pieces. 51's not in good shape. The 17, the 13, 22's not in good shape. Oh, Josh Wise just turning Alex Bowman up into the wall. And hey, why not? Bowman didn't have too much damage. 66 and 40, having a pretty significant amount of damage. Anyways, this will bring us to highlights now. On lap 10, when we get the restart, Martin Truex Jr. would go right back around Jimmie Johnson and take the lead. Keselowski was not able to get up and around Truex. Meanwhile, on one lap later, Jimmie Johnson will say, you know what, I'll just take that lead right back away from you. Johnson is now your leader on lap 11. In lap 17, Martin Truex Jr., he started falling back a little bit behind Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. And he continues to fall back as Kyle Busch gets down to the inside of Truex here and would take the third position away from him eventually. Probably down here in the 3. There goes Kurt Busch around him. Kyle Busch continues to move up as he gets into the second position as he gets around teammate Denny Hamlin. And then Truex passed Hamlin, but Hamlin looking to regain that position. And then look here at Newman. And here on lap 22, Truex will get that position right back away from Denny Hamlin. Now, Kyle Busch made several attempts to pass Jimmie Johnson within this time frame. However, he was not successful in any of his attempts. As you see, Truex finally getting around Denny Hamlin here in corner number 1. And here comes Denny Hamlin. He'll just get right around Truex. And Hamlin, you notice, getting into the side of people a lot today. He got into the side of Gordon. Now he's getting into the side of Truex, trying to nudge him up the track. Strategy was worked out for him well because he seems to be passing a bunch of cars as he gets around Truex here. Truex hits the wall. And meanwhile, the second caution of the day will come out on lap 31. Ambrose and Michael Annett decide to go spinning. And that's it. So... And, well, that's it. Okay. So, after the caution, note the 4 lapped cars that are going to start out in front of Denny Hamlin. Yeah, there were some complications with pit road. Denny Hamlin, Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart, and Martin Truex Jr. along with Brad Keselowski. No. Denny Hamlin, Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart decide not to pit. Martin Truex and Brad Keselowski took 2 tires. Everybody else took 4. The 4 people that you see out in front, Williams, Almirola, Bowman, and Ragan, are lapped down cars that did not pit. We're going to come to the green flag here with just 4 laps to go. And now Hamlin's going to try to pass lap traffic on the outside lane. I think we all know how that's going to turn out. And the simple answer is not well. But Hamlin cleared Ragan, and he comes down to block Ryan Newman. But Newman gets down to the inside of Hamlin. It looks like Newman is going to jump out, possibly out into the lead here. He's going to have to get around Denny Hamlin in order to do that. Alex Bowman right in front of Hamlin. Alex Bowman's not going to give any resistance to Newman. And now Stewart looking to possibly get around the 31 here. Now here comes the 31 down low. Looks like he's going to be leading this lap. We're going to come back around. It's going to be 3 laps to go here at Pocono. And look at where Jimmie Johnson is. Jimmie Johnson is 4th. Kyle Busch is in 5th. Now here comes Stewart down to the inside of Ryan Newman. And Stewart is going to try to take the lead, but Newman a little good. Truex Jr. making it 3 wide through turn number 1. And Truex got a huge run. Stewart not able to maintain his run. It looks like Truex is going to get to Newman and around Newman going into the tunnel turn. Newman tries to throw a block, but can his car stick? It does. Tony Stewart getting a little bit of wall. And David Ragan spinning around back there. No caution. No caution for that incident back there. 2 laps to go. And now Martin Truex Jr. trying to find a way around Ryan Newman. There's still no caution for that incident back there. So it looks like they're going to let him race it out. 2 laps to go. Johnson making it 3 abreast going into 1. And now Kyle Busch trying to make it 4 wide. Johnson decides to back off. Truex Jr. goes to the lead. And with the way that the first wreck happened, it's a very good possibility that Martin Truex Jr., as long as he has a really good finish, he could possibly be the points leader at the end of this race. He's got to hold off Johnson probably to do that, though. Kyle Busch was also a candidate to do that, but it looks like he's going to be sliding backwards. Here comes Paul Menard. So talk about 2 people that needed a good finish. Ryan Newman and Paul Menard, they absolutely needed this. 1 lap to go. Can Martin Truex Jr. hold off Jimmie Johnson? Truex getting underneath the 92. So it looks like the Evolution Autosports team getting backed by Hendrick. Looks like they're going to be finishing 1 lap down today. That is 4 points lost. Johnson is right on Martin Truex. Truex slips up in the tunnel turn. He tries to get a huge run off of it in order to do it. Johnson looking low in the tunnel turn. And in the flat corner. Here comes Johnson around Truex. Can Truex hold the line coming off the corner? No. Truex continues to fall back. Jimmie Johnson is a 3-time MRNCS winner. He won Atlanta. He won California. He wins Pocono. That's 2 wins in the last 3 races for Jimmie Johnson. Absolutely insane the way that he's running. Point standings are in the description. We'll see you next week.